Hey, thanks for checking out Fun Time Travel. So today we're going to talk about 10 mistakes that you can make that could affect your cruise, either before or during your cruise. Now, we're not going to call them 10 commandments of cruising, but they're definitely things that you want to consider. Maybe you might decide to go ahead and do those things, but it's, I think, important to consider them. It would be a mistake not to think them through. So, hey, let's check it out.
Mistake number 1, take care when booking an older ship. Sailing on an older ship can be a mistake if you're new to cruising. Older ships are a great way to save money since they tend to be cheaper than the newer ships.
Right.
But they won't have all of the amenities that the newer ships have.
Right.
The new ships have fun things like roller coasters, cool aqua shows, go-karts, all different kinds of things. That
Sure.
doesn't mean that those older ships aren't fun, because we've had a blast.
Right, it's just, you see the stuff and you're like, well, why isn't it on this ship?
Right.
So these newer ships, they have the latest restaurants and bar upgrades, as well as the newest shows and theoretically the best entertainers, although we've had great entertainment on older ships. That said, you're going to want, especially in your early cruising time, I think you're going to want to experience all that stuff you see in the commercials. But like Melissa said, you can have a great time on an older ship. Our first cruise was on an older ship, but we had set our expectations going in. We knew it was going to be an older ship. We were able to save a little money. We set our expectations, and we came out, and I think the ship just, it exceeded our expectations.
It did, and it still to this day is one of our favorite ships.
Right.
Mistake number 2, hitting up guest services on day 1. This is often a mistake that people make. There are some things that can't wait. We understand that. Things like having the wrong room or needing a new key for your room.
Sure.
But other things like incorrect charges, might be worth waiting, honestly. Because it's always so much fun to roam around the ship and explore. So much more fun than to stand in line, especially on the first day.
Right. If you wait till the second morning, a lot of times you can work out whatever problem you had on the first day, and the lines are going to be so much shorter.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, if you show up and someone else has the same room as you, or maybe something happened in your preparation and you need to swap rooms with somebody in your group, that you may need to get taken care of on day 1, right? Yeah. But guest services can have a long wait on day 1, and you miss out on so much fun and excitement. If you wait a little while, even into the evening after dinner, sometimes those guest service lines have kind of slowed down. So definitely worth waiting. Hey, thanks for watching our video. We'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos.
And for more tips and tricks and cruising information, please check us out on our other channel, Sandy Sun Travel.
And if you're looking to plan a cruise or any other vacation, head on over to sandysuntravel.com, where we can help you plan your dream vacation. Plus, if you're feeling lucky, you can scroll down the page to a spot where you can enter to win a dream vacation.
Mistake number 3, picking the wrong cruise line for you. Now, this can be a mistake just because, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing with all the different cruise lines. Because there are a bunch of cruise lines out there, and, they all have ships, food, entertainment, and more, but they're not all the same.
All the cruise lines have ships.
Well, yeah. They do.
Yeah, right?
Anyways, they're not all alike.
Right.
They are very, very different. Each cruise line really has its own personality.
The way to kind of put this together, I think anyway, it's kind of like a cookout on the 4th of July, right? All the parties are going to have food. They're all going to have people, but one party's going to be chill with some drinks. Another party will have a ton of fireworks, and maybe the third party will be all about the kids in the pool, maybe even a bounce house. That's something that they should put on a cruise ship, a bounce house. It's important that you take the time to research the vibe of the cruise line that you think you want to sail.
Yeah.
And then, see if it looks like it fits. Now, there's all kinds of different cruise lines that go from sophisticated all the way down to a complete party vibe. And we're sure there's one for you.
Mistake number 4, not pre-booking your extras. One way to save a little money on your cruise is to book some of those extras in advance, because you can usually get pretty good discounts if you do. This is a great option for people who like to plan ahead. which I'm thankful for. I am. You can almost always save on drink packages, Wi-Fi, specialty dining, and even some spa packages by booking in advance.
Mistake number 5, letting the extra costs get to you. Well, what do we mean by this? Well, many years ago, cruising was...
Within reason.
What's that?
I said within reason.
Well, yeah. But many years ago, cruising was essentially all-inclusive, except for maybe your drinks. There weren't very many specialty dinings. There weren't, a lot of things, and it's just changed. Plain and simple. Cruising has changed, and it's just not that way anymore. So we've heard people on ships, people talking about cruising, so on, complain about being nickeled and dimed.
Yeah.
And, there is a certain amount of that. Just to be completely honest, there's a certain amount of that happens. And you have to decide how much or little that you're going to, let that get to you. It's so easy to get caught up in extra fees and expenses. And I'm not saying just accept it. But by the same token, if you dwell on it for your whole cruise, you're just going to let it eat you up. And then why go on vacation? You're likely going to pay more for drink packages or excursions, for specialty dining, for gratuities, for whatever. Those are things you're likely to pay
Pictures.
for. Yeah, just prepare yourself in advance.
Some of the cruise lines have package deals like NCL's Free at Sea, and then Princess, they have their Princess Plus and Premier packages. But even with that, you're still likely to pay extra for things, after you buy your cruise.
Right.
So, here's the thing. You can book your cruise and not spend another dime if you want to, but you'll probably have a little more fun if you pay for a couple things here or there. Not everything, but whatever. Pick and choose.
Right.
But then when you get home, blame it on your vacation self. Or like Ron likes to say, when we're on vacation, he's playing with Monopoly money.
Well, not that we make Monopoly money.
No.
I always blame vacation, Ron. That guy, he gets after my pocketbook all the time.
Mistake number 6, consider your dining options. This one is a little bit subjective, but we really suggest, that you at least try eating at one specialty dining option on your cruise. We know that it's going to cost a little extra, but we think it's worth it.
We do, yeah.
We really enjoy it. Some of the cruise lines have limited free options beyond the buffet in the main dining room. And, yes, the main dining room can be excellent on a cruise ship, but it won't be able to hold up to the made-to-order specialty dining.
There's just so many different options on a ship, and we always try to enjoy one or two specialty dining restaurants on our cruises, and I think you might enjoy it too.
Mistake number 7, cruise transfers. This is one area where we don't always take our own advice.
No, we don't.
We really don't recommend taking the cruise line transfers, just because we think they're often overpriced, and they only go from the airport to the ship or the ship to the airport.
Right.
And for us, we always tend to fly in the day before, and so we can't really take advantage of these anyway.
Right. One of the things we suggest for pre-cruise hotel, you get a hotel, and that often comes with an airport shuttle, and many of them will offer a cruise shuttle either for a little bit extra or included in the price, and these are often good deals. Yeah. The other thing we consider doing and we suggest is using Uber, Lyft, or a taxi, because I think they can be a good alternative. You should always do the math if you're concerned about the cost. But the nice thing about those is they go right on your schedule.
Yeah.
And sometimes, especially on vacation, time is kind of money, right? You're there, you only have so much time, you spent money to do all this stuff. So sometimes it's just handy to have that option.
We also think the flexibility of the other options are a huge advantage for you. One other way to potentially save money depending on, the port is to rent a car. Mm-hmm. We rented a car in Orlando and dropped it off in Port Canaveral for way less than we would have paid for any other option, because we checked it out beforehand.
Right. We've done the research. Mistake number 8 is not paying attention to the cruise prices. Cruise prices and the offers, they can change over time, and these changes, they may not make a big difference for you, but it's still worth keeping an eye on them.
Yeah.
If you book through a travel agent, a lot of those, they'll have a tracker set up to kind of try to notify them if prices change for you and if it's worth it for you to rebook. So that's a benefit you get with a travel agent. But nonetheless, you can keep an eye on it yourself. And even if the cruise line can't get you a better deal, They might be able to offer you some onboard credit to make you happy, and the truth is you'll never know unless you ask.
Mistake number 9, not using airplane mode on your phone while you're on the ship.
Yeah.
This is a big one, and it can cost you a lot. Make sure that you put your phone in airplane mode. If not, you're gonna get charged. And the Wi-Fi plan is probably your best bet if you need to stay in touch with home. A lot of people do, and we totally get that.
Yeah.
But they can still be pricey, but they're cheaper than your cell phone company.
Right. Now, if you forget, it could cost you a few $100s or more if you just let it go. One of the things to keep in mind is that even if you don't use your phone to text, even if you don't use your phone to make a call, your phone, at least I'm saying your phone, most phones, they're still using a little bit of data, and that data on a cruise ship connection is very pricey. You just hate to come back home and find out that you didn't even use your phone and it cost you.
Yeah.
Or worse yet, you forgot to turn it off on your kid's phone and your kid was texting or calling the whole time. And I want to say it could be as much as like $3 a minute for phone calls.
Mistake number 10, staying in your comfort zone, meaning we think it's a mistake to go on vacation and not try anything new.
Right.
We always try a new food. He's better at that than me, but we try. Or drink. He does karaoke. Or, we try to experience a new place. Maybe you won't like it, but maybe you will.
Right.
You just never know. And we think it's super fun to experience something new and breaking out and meeting new people even,
Right,
and
sure.
we encourage you to do it too.
Well, hey, that's it for our list. So what did you think of it? Do you have a mistake you want to share, or maybe a mistake you made? Don't tell on yourself. Say it's a friend. Say you know a person. I know a guy. Do you agree with our list? Do you disagree? We'd love to hear about it in the comments below. So hey, that's it for today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.